Ever feel deflated when you compare yourself to thought leaders in your new niche? Today, we're going to completely reframe that perception. So this week I am in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, on the Highline, and I think I found one spot that doesn't have too much construction noise. So I wanted to talk today about that feeling you get when you watch someone in your new niche, someone in your sector that's so far ahead of you in the process that it deflates you, that it leaves you feeling like you're never going to cut the mustard, never really be up to scratch. There is some construction noise. Every day we spend a ridiculous amount of time pattern matching. It's one thing that's helped humans become top of the food chain. So of course we see patterns in art, in nature, and in business. So of course when you start a new project or you move into a new niche, you'll start comparing yourself to other people and to thought leaders in that new area. So often there's a fundamental cognitive disconnect when we do this. We see people that are successful and think, well, there must be something special about them, or they must have had more advantage than I've had through life, or simply that they're an overnight success, which is probably the least common of all of those. Once you find your new passion, side project or career, you'll probably start looking for influencers in that field. For example, if you're starting out in programming, you might look at someone like Marco Arment of Tumblr and Overcast creators, or if you're into entrepreneurship, you might look at Richard Branson or Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you haven't started looking for influencers in your new niche, it's really important to. It's worth looking and finding out who the thought leaders are in that new area. Because seeing and hearing what those thought leaders are working on right now and where they see your industry going is really important to help you compound your knowledge and get to a point where you can step into that new area confidently. The downside is that it's incredibly easy to watch a YouTube video by someone like Casey Neistat or Peter McKinnon and think, I could never be that good and thus I should give up. It's a terrible thought process, but that's what we do as humans. We beat ourselves up whenever we're unsure or have any sort of anxiety or self-confidence issues. And I used to do this all the time. It was something that's probably one of my biggest failings, is seeing a gulf in my performance to somebody else's and thinking this was just never going to work out. But then something changed. Sort of like a dramatic cut in Top Gear, but it's so cold here I have to move. I have to get walking or I'm going to turn to a block of ice. Let's go. Right, I've warmed up a little bit. So, earlier in 2018, I managed to go to a conference by Gary Vaynerchuk. It was VoiceCon here in New York City, all about the future of voice technology and how it was going to change the world. And it was a great conference. But despite all the good information with regards to voice technology, the one thing that I really took away was this. Gary Vaynerchuk is a hero. He's great. He's great at what he does. He's great at being an entrepreneur and growing businesses and helping others grow their businesses. But this was one of the first times that I saw a thought leader and influencer in any big niche, really, face to face, and chatted with him. And rather than thinking, he's so good, I am not, thus I should stop, I found myself thinking, he is at the top of his game. What's stopping me building up from where I am now and getting to his level? Gary Vaynerchuk and any influencer or thought leader in a niche has normally put thousands of hours getting to where they are, getting to the top of their game. And I have often put tens or hundreds of hours into to what I'm trying to do. For example, Mark Price at DevSlopes, he runs a service that launches courses to teach people how to code. He has spent tens of thousands of hours being a programmer. I've spent hundreds, closing in on 1,000 hours, I would guess, and so we cannot possibly be on the same page, at the same skill level, on the same day. But there is nothing to stop me continuing to develop my skills to get there, and there's nothing to stop you chasing down that dream of being a thought leader in your new niche. There's nothing to stop you You can always trust a siren in New York. There's always going to be a siren. There's nothing to stop you continuing to learn, continuing to develop your craft as you expand into that new niche to really make that the next big thing in your professional life. I know that I have to ramp up being a programmer, a YouTuber and a podcaster, which we will get to in a future episode, and most importantly I have to continue to strive to be a better husband and a father. What are you working on? Comment below on things, areas of your life that you think you need to work on to grow and become better at. There's so many things in life I'd like to learn. What are you working on right now? Let me know in the comments below. Now, as busy humans, the path of least resistance is often the path of choice. We'd rather decide a problem is insurmountable than put in the effort required to overcome it. And we often leave money on the table rather than taking a punt at a new project and seeing where it could go. Does taking a punt translate? I don't know. It seems like a very English thing, taking a punt, or a British thing, taking a punt. Someone commented before about, or someone sent me a message about all the British idioms, which, you can take the Brit out of Britain, but, etc. Meeting and talking to Gary Vaynerchuk really changed my perception of what it means to be on a path to success. It's absolutely pointless to compare where I am in my story to where a thought leader is in theirs. It's the same with you. Don't compare yourself at the beginning when somebody else is right at the climax of their career. You cannot compare. It's really important to focus on your goals, get your hustle on, and keep striving forward towards that new career or new project you want to work on. Spin round. I've had to move slightly to get out of the breeze. It's getting really cold here. So I want to say thank you to the 119 people so far that have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you're still watching this video and you've got this far, consider subscribing. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. Consider hitting that notification bell so that you get the notification every time a video drops, roughly once a week. At least once a week, let's say. I'm trying to work out what to do. If the channel hits 150 subscribers, I'd like to do an Ask Me Anything style video. So if you have any questions or anything I can answer, stick it in the comment below and I will try and collect them and do either a live stream or just a video answering all those questions when or if we hit 150 subscribers. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm going to film some more B-roll of the city and work my way home because it's bloody freezing. All right, bye for now. Okay, it's so cold. I'm having to retire to a coffee shop for a little bit because my hands can no longer grip onto the tripod.